parents. And then she was everybody's favorite Hindu Indian prosecutor and attorney general and senator, and now she becomes black. But, you know, I met her daddy, fine gentleman, Professor Harris. And the problem with her being black is Professor Harris says he's Caucasian, mixed Irish and Hindu. He doesn't have any black ancestors, but his Irish ancestors owned a lot of slaves in Jamaica and had them to work on plantation. So if mama is on the birth certificate listed as a Caucasian, daddy says he's a Caucasian Hindu and has no black ancestors, how did she get to be black? And by
you have to make your decision if you're going to allow this to happen or not. This isn't some fake movie with a happy ending for all. Many people are going to fall. There will be people you know that fall because they do not truly love Yahuwah more than they love themselves or other things. I mean, you can lead the horse to water, but you can't force them to drink it. Are you willing to go down with these people? That's a decision you need to deal with now, not later. It's a hard question, I get it, especially when dealing with your parents and your children. I'm speaking personally. But go back to Genesis with what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah with Lot's wife. Then Yahuwah rained brimstone and fire on Sodom and Gomorrah from Yahuwah out of the heavens. So he overthrew those cities, all the plain, all the inhabitants of the cities, and what grew on the ground. But his wife looked back behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. That's Genesis chapter 19, verses 24 through 26. In the book of Jasher, it says, and he overthrew these cities, all the circle of the Jordan, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground. And Ado, the woman of Lot, looked back to see the destruction of the cities, for her compassion was moved on account of her daughters who remained in Sodom, for they did not go with her. Jasher chapter 19, verse 52. You see, some of her daughters who did not listen to the plea from Lot to leave wound up staying and being a part of the judgment of Sodom. Lot's wife was obviously consumed by this, and even though she was commanded not to turn back and live in the promises and blessings she was given, because of her daughters, she turned back, and she was judged and fell into the same judgment as Sodom. She fell into the same judgment as everyone else, even though she was blessed. It's because she was affected by those who did not listen. This will be the same for many people, unfortunately, because they love their mother and father, sons and daughters, sisters and brothers, more than they love Yah. And Yahusha said those that do this are not worthy of him. He said, he who loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he who loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he who does not take his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. He who finds his life will lose it, and he who loses his life for my sake will find it. Matthew chapter 10, verses 37 through 39.